For years, there was silence in the skies between two nations. No direct flight, no easy journey, no quick reunion. Just a lot of distance and disconnection. And then suddenly, everything changed. Ladies and gentlemen, after 7 long years, direct flights between the United States and Venezuela are finally back. A plane took off from Miami and landed in Caracas. It sounds simple, right? But no, it wasn't. It wasn't just a flight, it was a moment of history because for nearly a decade, this route, it didn't just exist. Back in 2019, everything came to a halt due to political tensions, security concern, and breakdown in diplomatic relationship. Flights, they were banned, families were separated, and travel became extremely complicated. People had to take the long, indirect routes, often connecting through Caribbean nations like Trinidad and Tobago, just to reach their loved ones. And now things are changing. The ban has been lifted, permissions have been granted, and airlines have stepped in to restart the whole route. The first flight carried more than just passengers, it carried hope, with officials and travelers witnessing a moment many believed would never return. This is not just about tourism, it's about families finally reuniting, business reconnecting, and trade slowly restarting. In the meantime, for the countries like Trinidad and Tobago, which had become an important transit hub during the suspension, this shift it could actually reshape the regional travel pattern and economic activity. For years, people had to change their flights, travel through other nations, spend more money, lose prestigious time just to make the journey. Now, one direct flight is changing everything, reducing dependency on stopover countries and making travel faster and more accessible. Well, for a moment, flights have been resumed in a very limited way, but more are expected to follow. Experts believe that this could open the doors to economic opportunity, increased travel, and stronger global connection, possibly even a new beginning for the wider Caribbean vision. But questions still remain. Flights are back, but relationships are not fully healed. Maduro is in US though, but there is still hope, but also question, because the history between these two nations have been very complex. In the end, this is not just about a plane landing. It's about reopening doors that were closed for years. It's about connection, moment, and possibility. After 7 years of silence in the skies, the journey has finally begun again, not just for the US, but for Venezuela and the entire world.